Hello everyone and welcome back for Angels with Scaly Wings. I completely forgot to take off full screen earlier. Should do it. I just don't want to leave it in full screen in case I have to alt-tab or something and it just does all the flickering and stuff on stream. So, we have those might actually be saves from when I did another thing, just making sure I have all the artwork. That being said, I did actually unfortunately get a achievement off stream with Laurel, because I have both Ixomin and Ixomin Spear and Ixomin Base. I did at least screenshot that, and let me just see if I can find the picture real quick. Well, that being said, I hope I didn't accidentally delete it. I feel like I might have now. I'm unfortunately certain I might have deleted it now. Okay. So I did a bit of a purge from my Steam folder so that I could just clear up space and keep track of everything, because I've been taking the images that scroll and just sort of merge them all together. So I'm sorry that I don't actually have the statement from where I've completed the Ixomin Sphere. Sphere Builder? Where's Sphere? There it is. Sphere Builder. So I have that now. Well, it wasn't so much because I needed to clear the space, it's just that I had like 1,000 pictures of Adine flying and then 7 of those pictures, so I actually compiled them together so that I have sort of a panoramic shot. That being said, I can probably image. Let me see if I can find this real quick. Right. Like, okay, I mentioned Adine flying, so here is the example of a dean that is currently stretched off screen. But over in the top left corner you can see where it's cut out, so I actually just pasted 3 images together, and then likewise it goes all the way to the bottom right where it's also got cut out. But it's just that panoramic shots that I have extra. And by default this is actually a little bigger than the OBS 1920 by 1080 window. So I had a bunch of those, and I just compiled them together, and then I sort of purged them all from my Steam screenshot folder, and in amongst that was accidentally Sphere Builder moment. So yes, it is lovely. I absolutely love it. Yes, it is more telling me what to do tonight. The choices we make as we go with a dean in this storyline. So skip ahead for now. Alright, so the first person that we're talking to is Anna. Yes, it is exactly Anna now. So we have actually technically done this before, but I'm still going to make you guys choose. And then, if need be, I have some dice snaps. Let me actually just bring one up on Roll20. No, not Roll20. My phone that is charging anyways. And my phone going off with Twitter. And all kinds of stuff, actually. Okay. So here we are. Yes, I am specifically going for the bad endings first, so we are unfortunately getting the Adine bad ending. And during my run for getting all the screenshots and making sure I had all the arts up to date for at least 1080p, I accidentally got the Lorem achievement. So that being said, I do really like the achievement system because it does also sort of poke fun at you, like, congratulations, you got the Sphere Builder. Well, actually, Lorem assembled it, this achievement should be his. It's just really cute. So the production facility had many different wings, covering everything from research to processing, in addition to production. It was easy to get lost if you didn't know where you were going. I heard some commotion in the distance, and when I approached I was surprised not to see Anna, but Remy as well. They seemed to be in the middle of a heated conversation. I thought it would be inappropriate to approach now, so I remained several paces back, out of their field of vision, but still close enough to be able to make out their words. You're gonna stream CTR Sunday? Alright. We have heard the rumors. So you came to me on a basis of rumors? Is that how you operate? What do you want from me? This is not the first time you've been in trouble with them. They might not be so lenient with you next time. I don't know what you're talking about. Consider this a warning. You should proceed carefully for your own good. If you wanted to threaten me, the least you could have done was send someone more intimidating. You may be larger than I am, but even I can see that you're just a big coward. You wouldn't dare put your dirty claws on me. I wouldn't. I'm here as a courtesy to you, not to threaten or intimidate. Do with that information whatever you wish. You know, we'll be back, and if they find anything, there will be consequences. Do you think I care? This attitude of yours is not helpful. Neither are you. Well, I've said what I came here to say. Good luck. Whatever. Remy turned to leave and started walking in my direction. I ducked behind a pillar, and when he went past, I wasn't sure if he had seen me. Either way, he left, and I was safe to approach him. So it turns out we've seen this before. Either we could watch it again or skip ahead. Oh, I'm gonna make Justin suffer. So, we have impressed Anna before in the usual ending, because we were just sort of investigating. So, Oh, you're approaching me? Yes, what was the last text? I don't want to skip ahead. The last text was... maybe turn duck behind the pillar. Okay. So we're approaching. We can just straight out ask what that was all about. Hey Anna, or hello? Second. Hey Anna, let's not be a jerk. Okay, that's 2 for that. 2 for 2. Hey, cabbage, facepalm. Things are not looking good for Justin. Wait, how long have you been here? I saw everything. Or not very long. And actually, I should make a quick save here, just in case we mess things up horribly, without even realizing. I have surprisingly done that several times over in previous runs with Remy, Adim. I didn't say anything? Not very long? Okay. Not that it matters much anyways, this is just par for the course for me. I know, Remy, what's the problem? The nerve of that guy. He probably wouldn't be so uptight if it wasn't for that thing with his girlfriend a few years ago. But I don't care about him. It's the superiors that are the problem. They don't like me and the research I'm doing. They cite their traditions and values, claiming that those are what kept us alive for so long. If anything were to change, it would obviously fracture the base of this society is built upon, cause it all to collapse, tear apart families, and allow all hell to break loose. At least if you believe those old-timers who keep repeating these phrases. And all that nonsense, because of my research. Valuable research that could save lives, mind you. What kind of research are we talking about? I could show you sometime. But we're here to have fun, right? I thought you wanted to show me, since you said we were both in biology and all that. Sure, but after doing this all day, you'll have to excuse me for not wanting to talk about it even more. Wasting my time with that guy was just another setback. Not that I don't already have more than enough work to do. Even right now, I'm supposed to be working overtime. So, guess she could give us the tour some other time then. How disappointing, or... I see. I see. Fair enough. I see. Alright. Justin hasn't even been getting a chance to really talk yet. It's just everybody's in agreement. Before he even gets a chance. Good to know we see eye to eye on this. Oh, and thanks for the blood, by the way. The results aren't in yet, but I'll let you know when they are. Good, I'm just as curious about the results as you are. No, you aren't. I am way more curiouser than you are. Curiouser? Is that even a word? It is, since an author popularized its use where I came from. And I am way more curiouser than you are. Not if I'm the curiousest. Excuse me for a moment while I weep for the English language. At this rate, why don't you just say the most curiousest? I'm not sure. I'm not a linguist. Are you? Not exactly, but I have a way with words. My tongue is quite skilled, or so I hear. I might even say, cunning. Is that it? I don't think I've ever seen the movie or read the books for anything. Wonderland. In any case, you have to work overtime today. Does that mean I should wait for you, or do you want me to come back another time? Neither. I think my break should start right about now. Hi, Justin! Alright guys, our break's starting right now. Is that a lucky coincidence? I hope no one notices your unscheduled break, or I wish I had the ability to make breaks happen at my convenience. First, what a lucky coincidence. Okay, lucky coincidence. Poor Justin being left in the dust with choices. It is, isn't it? So, where are we going? I don't know where you're going, but I think I need a coffee, or 5. You can tag along if you like. It would be our pleasure. We're not gonna say I think I'd rather not, so sure, why not? My pleasure, sure, why not? 3, sure, why not? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention I do have it on ultra low latency again. Okay, have a bit of a conflict, gonna wait for Justin, he can be the tiebreaker. It may also be that Justin is busy playing Bioshock still. I think that's what he said he was playing anyways. Yes. Well, I checked my dice in case Justin is too busy to respond, and they suggest it would be our pleasure. It's on the internet way too young. Oh, is that what you were talking about, Justin? Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I only know of the existence of Alice in Wonderland. Alright, thanks, Seawolves. In that case, we have been invited to your coffee, and we were gonna choose between it's our pleasure and sure, why not? And it is literally a tie right now. Yeah, exactly. I could just imagine Seawolves and Justin also picking an answer and also being in conflict, so it's still a tie. First option? Alright. We'll see if it'll be mine as well. I hope you brought your own money though, because I'm not sharing. I didn't, but everything I purchase is taken care of by my ambassador status. Nice! Actually, that opens up some very interesting possibilities. It might, but I'd rather not do anything too fishy. I don't want to raise any suspicion, you know. Good point. Well, let's go then. After you, milady. There we are. Finally, I can't wait to get some coffee into my system. Oh, hello, Cabbage. Nice to see you again. Hey, who's your companion? Can't you just take my order? I apologize. Let me try that again. Welcome to our establishment. My name's Adine, and I'll be your waitress today. What can I bring you to? I'll have a coffee. Thank you. And what can I bring the esteemed gentleperson on the other side of the table? Alright guys, just a coffee, a soda, or a beer? Coffee? Coffee? Oh, everybody likes coffee. 3 for coffee. Oh, okay, everybody for coffee. I'm not a coffee person myself, I like tea. No problem, I'll be right back. Everybody likes coffee apparently. What's your problem? I'm not here to order something, not to chit-chat with the employees. Sorry, I'm here to order something, not chit-chat. I think she was just trying to be friendly. I know her, it's fine, or I know she can be pretty annoying. I think I personally always said I know her, it's fine, but I don't know if that's basically what would tick her off. Trying to be friendly? Okay. Wow, okay. Tell her that Adine was pretty annoying. Rip Adine also pretty annoying? Wow. Okay, so we actually have an even split. Alright. Wow. Alright, so the dice are also saying, I'm sorry, Adine. I can see that. Here you go. Enjoy. Sorry, Adine. I feel so bad about that. Yeah, it's fine, Seawolves. It's literally an even tie, so I just picked up my phone and rolled. Ah, I totally needed that. So, you work in that facility? And your point is? We had actually done that with, I think it was Adine, Chapter 2. I think Justin was either very busy or away, and Seawolves was actually present for the first time. So the combination was accidentally at first being rude to Adine, and then intentionally being rude to Adine. And then for the last two choices, he wanted to reprimand what he did, so he tried to be nice, but it was too late, and Adine just kicked us out. What's your job there? I mean, what do you do exactly? We do all kinds of things. The truth is, we just have all kinds of specialized machinery there, which used to be by many different people for many different purposes. The building is owned and run by the council, who oversees the schedule. It is quite handy since you can go from research to testing, even manufacturing, all in the same complex. I started out as a researcher in biology, which is still my main job. But I've been there so long and learned the ins and outs of the building so well that eventually I was asked to take over some managerial duties. Sure, it means more work, but it also allows me to run a personal project every once in a while. Does that sate your curiosity? I've only seen glimpses, but it already sounds like a fascinating place. It does, or not at all. Okay, already seen glimpses, it's a fascinating place. Two for that. Fascinating place, alright. I'm not sure I'd go as far as to call it fascinating, but it surely does give me a lot of opportunities. Oh, I forgot to ask what you actually plan to do with my blood and the test results. What is this, an interrogation? I was just asking a question, that's all. Or, yes, totally, you can call your lawyer if you like. Or, I think someone's in a bad mood. Third? Second? Third? Right, so, I can't recall how far in Shadow is watching, but he's actually messaging me over Discord, I just noticed. One of which was all 3 options, all at once. Alright, so the majority seems to be saying 3. Then you must be talking about Adine, the prying waitress, or yourself, because you haven't seen me in a bad mood yet. Not even close. Alright, I'll finish my drink quietly then, if that's what you prefer. Okay, I guess you don't like the questions then. Or, excuse me, princess. This isn't my final mood. First, second, and third. Wow, okay. Couple? Okay, I don't know why that's being questioned there. 1? Okay. I'm sorry, I'm just stressed from all the work lately. I'm not getting much respite between my regular work, overtime, personal projects, and other disturbances like that Remy sticking his nose where it doesn't belong. What do you usually do during your free time? Having a good work-life balance is very important, you know. I love my job, I really do. Actually, I love it so much that even in my free time, I still do things that have to do with biology. Us college kids in a nutshell. As I said, I've got the opportunity to do my own projects sometime, so that's what I focus on when I get the chance. It would be a shame to pass up an opportunity like that without using it. The current influx of work. I rarely leave the facility if I'm not eating or sleeping, even right now. I'm only on break and have to be back for another shift. Maybe you should do something else for a change. Maybe, but right now it's not really an option. It would help if the council weren't constantly sending their lackeys to mess with me. So what was the first time? No, I suppose I'm on their watch list or something. Why is that? It's a long story, and not one for our first date. So you're saying this is a date? No, I'm saying that even if this was a date, which would be more than whatever this is, it wouldn't be very appropriate. Stories about work aren't very romantic. It's always about work with you. Come on, you're on a break. Maybe you should do something to take your mind off it mind off all that for once. Like what? I'm not sure. Do you have any other hobbies? Not really. Hey, waitress. How can I help you? Do you have something here to entertain your guests? Any games or other distractions? I'm not sure. Let me go check. What exactly are you trying to do? Anything to get you to shut up? No. Just wait and see, or we're being cute and spontaneous? Question mark. Cute and spontaneous, cute and spontaneous. How is everybody else actually doing? Oops. Resolution by accident. Sorry, did you just say she... Oh, wrong button. She had finished asking what are we trying to do because we had just asked Adine if there are any games or distractions for their guests. She said, I'm not sure, I'm gonna go check. And then, right here, what exactly are you trying to do? And it's basically to find a way to help her relax or be distracted from the stresses of her job. So, too cute and spontaneous. Just wait and see. Anything to get her to shut up. Sorry, Grace, we are not picking anything to get her to shut up. We are not trying to tick her off. Cute and spontaneous? I'll remember this day, for good or bad. I'm not sure yet. It's more for the kids, but we don't really have anything else. It's fine, thank you. Have fun! A board game? Really? I know it's not Nizki's Textile Merchant, but I suppose it's better than nothing. Textile Merchant? Nizki? It's a game. Never mind. Well, I'm not convinced that this will accomplish anything unless your goal is to make me regret this day. It seems to be a trivia game. Do you have good general knowledge? Do you even know what kind of advanced knowledge I have to memorize and work with every single day? You bet I have a good general knowledge. Certainly more than enough to beat a foreigner like you. If you're so confident, maybe we should make a bet. What do you have in mind? Let's say if I win, I'll get to go on a real date with you. No fitting me in during your break. No complaining about everything, and no acting as if you're doing me a favor, especially because it was you who wanted to meet me in the first place. And if I win, I'll have you come in sometime so I can run more tests on you. Oh, excuse me. If that's what you want, so be it, or alright. So be it, 2 for so be it. Three for so be it, alright. I think that's the majority of it, at least. Let's do this then. Since it was your idea, it's only fair that I start. So, how does this work? It seems to be pretty simple. We take turns drawing a card and asking questions until we both ask a number of questions that we agree on beforehand. Whoever gets more right in the end wins. How many questions shall it be then? How about 5? Let's make it 3. Not sure how long this will take. My break won't go on for too long either. Alright, go ahead then. I saw mischief in her eyes, her stare piercing, paired with a hint of an arrogant smirk that exposed her anticipation. She seemed confident that she would win, and loved every second of it. Slowly, her hand went over the deck of the cards and drew the topmost. Who is cited as our most important historians, his work spanning over 20 books, credited with mapping our entire history since the beginning of sentience. Hi, Seals. Otomo Izumi, that's not the right one, I know that. If I remember right, I think it was Hazik Akil? It's in one of the books in the library, at least. Back at chapter 1. Actually, this is chapter 1. This is, when we arrived in the Dragon World, and we're going over to the murder Reza gave us a note, and we had to decipher it. That's where you find a book about this. 1, yes, first, whatever one is correct. How could you even know something like that? We've only been here for what, a few days? Well, yeah, it was literally in chapter 1. I remember reading that first and getting that when I talked with Anna. Alright, so maybe you shouldn't underestimate us. What a lucky guess, or not a good start for you, is it? I can't tell if it's the first or the second one, third one. That's 1. Okay, we have one for Maybe you shouldn't underestimate me? One lucky guess? First one? Okay. Maybe. Let's see how you fare with your first question. Shouldn't underestimate. Bring it! We finished telling her, maybe you shouldn't underestimate us. Bring it! How far can you walk into the woods? Only until the middle. Anything after that, and you're walking out of the woods again. You're right. Yeah, it's a rather weird question, though. I suppose. I read the right kinds of books growing up. I know most of these trick questions. Let's see what the second question has in store for you, shall we? Round 2. Alright, if there are 5 apples and you take away 3, how many do you have? 1, 2, or 3? I think this question did get me when I first answered. This one and the next one actually did. Alright? So Doppel is abstaining for this one, effectively. Repeat the question. Is that the right one? Okay. Alright, if there are 5 apples and you take away 3, how many do you have? I could even just leave it on the previous slide there if everyone would prefer. Also, that smirk on her face as she's asked the question. Third option, you have 3 apples. You have 1 for 3. Let's see, Seawolves, Justin, I think Shadow. Anyone else want to answer? I bet I know what Doppel would effectively be answering. Tiebreaker needed? 3? Alright, whatever. Guess you also know your trick questions. I don't know if nobody knew the answer or they were just busy. I think it was only pricing who said 3. You take away 3, yeah, so how many do you have after you've taken away 3? Okay, here's your question. In which year of our timeline did we gain sentience? 0. The beginning of the timeline marks the event when we gain sentience. Right again. Have you played this game before? It's a children's game. These questions aren't really a challenge. I'll just go ahead and draw the next card so we can end this. Round 3. An adventurer who values his life has to choose between 3 rooms to cross. Which of the following would be the safest? A room filled with poisonous gas, a room filled with 100 highly trained assassins, or a room submerged in water filled with alligators that have not eaten in 8 months. So we have all 3 options. The poisonous gas being the least deadly, the 100 highly trained assassins being the least deadly, the room submerged in water filled with alligators, it doesn't say how many, that haven't eaten in 8 months, or none of them. Okay, so I guess Chrysay is effectively saying none of them. I suppose the question, what was her question anyways? An adventurer who values his life has to choose between 3 rooms to cross. Which one of these would be the safest? Abstaining again? Okay. So it's not so much entering the room. Sorry, not entering any of the rooms, it's rather which one would be safest, I guess. None? Okay, I guess we effectively have 2 for none, and an abstain. So Justin and Shadow, I guess, could technically tie it up, so none of them. That's right, all the rooms are equally deadly. Alligators can go up to 2 years or more without food, making them room 3 as deadly as the others. The other 2 rooms should not require any explanation. At least according to this card. To be honest, I think the answer is debatable. Don't worry, it'll still count it as the right answer for you. No need to get your tail caught in the door about it. Looks like this is going to be the last question. Alright, just get it over with already. What is the approximate acceleration sound of a nose-diving flyer? Sorry, not sound, speed of a nose-diving flyer. Tail caught in a door. We don't have a tail. I'll have to think about that for a minute. I was just kidding. I still could have calculated that. Okay, here's the real question. What is the only substance known to be lighter in its solid form compared to its liquid state? Water. That seems to be correct. Of course it is. Duh! Well, it appears to me that our game has ended in a tie. What do you propose? I say we both get our rewards. After all, we each made a good effort to get them. That's fine with me. I won't have a spot in the facility to do the test for a while, though, so I suppose next time we meet, it'll be a date. And a head shake. Don't forget what I said earlier about what I expect from you on this date. You better be on your best behavior. I'll try. And the blush. Thank you. In any case, I should head back to work. My break is just about over. See you soon then? Of course. I'll make sure you deliver your part of the deal. See you soon. Despite all odds, I managed to match her perfect score in the game we played. Even though my bet of forcing her to go on a proper date with me was more just to get back at her for her earlier rudeness, I had not expected this outcome. I was not even sure what I expected from this meeting in the first place, but now as I was locked into going on a date with her and being her own personal guinea pig. Whether anything good would come of this, I wasn't sure either. Alright, so for our extra free time, we are just going to meet the race real quick. Let's go. Skip ahead. Skip ahead. Alright, for the investigation, what does everybody want to do? Shrug immediately. I suppose relating to Anna, we could visit the production facility. I don't think we're going to get anything from the library, because that's just Remy, possibly Adim. And I don't believe we get anything from the grocery store or Tatsu Park regarding Anna. Second, Tatsu Park, tried to meet with Emira if I haven't already. Okay, we technically have, but we haven't actually had the office visit, I guess. So, second, the production facility or Tatsu Park. Justin, how about you? Are you available for an opinion? How about Chrysay? I think somebody dropped, I'm not sure if that was Chrysay or Shadow. Okay, we should be able to get that. At the very least, we do have 5 more runs after this. Well, about 6. Alright, let's visit Tatsuya Park, purely for the purposes of meeting with Emra. So look at the map. Towards the political district. Approach the dragon. I do know who you are. Haven't noticed or have to admit that Remy's ears are pretty funny. He is malformed, in her words. You can just barely see the ears right there on his head. This is alongside of chapter 3, by the way. Yeah. Pretty funny. Okay. Okay. Right. Just imagine what it must be like working with them. Always running back and forth on my commands, like some sort of well-trained, ugly, yappy dog. Alright, let's just skip ahead. Talking to her, that's all. Go back. And we have gone to the shrubbery. Actually, I think we skipped that, right? Skip over Salon. Yeah, this totally won't look suspicious. Found some dirt, doesn't seem to be anything else there. That's not important, but beneficial with Anna coming up. I don't think we can search the shrubbery anymore. Like, I mean, we can, but not going to be anything else. Pavilion, we've also searched there. Let's just turn the skip back on. Pavilion, pavilion, pavilion. Might as well. Sign. That's Avenue. Okay. Rest on the bench. I do actually kind of like this one, because the scenery is perfect. That was nice. I was just about to get up when I noticed someone sitting next to me. Whoa, I didn't see you there. I thought you were a statue or something. Hello? Well, maybe it is a statue. Or it just turned invisible. I hope it isn't the latter. I do like that. Open the hatch. Okay. First button, second button, counterclockwise. Yep. And that's everything we can effectively do at the park. I just want to go to the production facility here. Hi, Damien. Someone else's character. Is that like an original character that was made for Angels with Scaly Wings? I haven't actually found out about basically any of the secondary characters. Not Damien, the one we bumped into just before Emera, the guy dreaming that guy we just talked to at the park, or tried to. Someone else who has a paper bag on her head at the grocery store. There's a few characters that I'm unsure about, and I would like to find out about them. I'm kind of hoping that they're just going to be elaborated a bit more in Broken Hearts. Alright, so in regards to here, we came over here. He's not interested in us, but we have to ask him some questions to help with the investigation. And we're asking him, has Reza been here? How long have you known Anna? What kind of research is Anna doing? What kind of research are you doing? I think this is basically a scene where we can actually answer all of them, ask all of them, so I guess we might as well. I'm not sure if I want to technically hide that, but it's already on the stream, so might as well. Oh, I see what you mean. That's very interesting. That's really cool. I would kind of like to have actually supported that if I had known about the game beforehand then. I have only ever supported a Kickstarter once, and that was last year, about March, April, and it's for a game called Lunar, and it's coming out on PC or Switch as far as I understand. He has done some work for some backer rewards for names that you can just find in the background, and it's, I guess, basically the same thing. Alright, so I guess we'll just ask for every question, just all of them. How long have you known Anna? What's her research? What kind of research are you doing? I forgot. Right now? Guess you got tasked with... Oh, okay. That explains that. You did? That's right. Well, she goes out and does whatever the heck she wants. I get to keep an eye on the experiment. Any interesting results? Not just yet, but soon we'll know more about your body than you do. Okay, thank you. Oh, wow. Oh, that would explain a lot. That explains so much, because in the Making of Dragonland PDF, it does not mention them at all. And I was wondering, how did they go from not being able to have Maverick as a viable date option to Laurel? That explains so much. And I do like Worm a lot, so I'm glad that he did take it in as well. Alright, might as well skip ahead from Maverick accusing us of stuff. Oh, it sounds like we impressed Anna. Alright. So let's just, there's some messages on the answering machine. Let's see. I just wanted to update you. I still don't have an open spot in the facility for your tests, but I'll be free if you want to cash in your reward. You know I'm busy, so this is your chance for your date, if you even still want to go through with it. Take it or leave it. I don't care much either way. In any case, you know where to find me. Guess the choice is mine. Yeah. Alright, Anna? Okay. And I see Emera there at the bottom. And just on time. Now, where is she? Hello? What's this? Looks like a message. Something came up at the last second. Wait for me, it shouldn't be too long. Anna. I guess at the last second is meant in a literal sense here, or else she could have just called me. Guess we're playing the waiting game here, then. Okay, it's been like an hour, and my patience is slowly but surely running out. We're not going home, because we want the Anna ending. I've already waited this long, so I guess I can wait a little longer. I'm not sure who the world record holder for most patient person is, but now I feel like a contender. Still no sign of her, though. Should we wait or try and get into her lab? Before I forget, let's also save real quick. Chapter 2, Anna 2. Try to get into her lab. Sounds good to me. Nothing like snooping around where you're not supposed to. Keep waiting? Okay. Anyone else still here? I think Seawolves and Justin and probably Shadow. Okay, so that would probably be it. I think there is Snoop, so I'm personally leaning towards opening the lab. And we'll get the politician in the very next moment. I'm pretty sure that we have that one because that. I think that is the one achievement that's basically black background. Let me just check real quick. I have not got a flawless run because I'm wondering if it's all into one stream. So that's everything there. So I'm just gonna check on Steam to see if I have that one achievement. If anyone else wants to say anything. Let me see. Yeah, we have that achievement on Steam, so that is an unlocked achievement. Okay. It is a very interesting ending. If I can put it into a way that isn't spoiling it, I think I might have actually said it in the achievement itself. Let's see. Okay, so that's not the spoiling it. Could be. That's a hint. I would say revenge. That's for the evil ending. Sort of a not quite hint spoil, not no hint, not spoil. Have you done the neutral ending? I think you've done the neutral ending, right? And I did the evil or the evil ending, second ending, for the very purposes of getting it out of the way, because the way we also did it without the good endings, it was literally absolutely evil, having everyone having died, us being a jerk. Yes. Alright, so I'm gonna score myself some sweet lab equipment. That's the least she can do for making me wait. Or maybe I'll just wait inside. Standing around here is getting rather tedious. Pushing the door does nothing. Neither does pulling. Guess I'm out of options here. Hey, what's this? At the bottom of the door, the corner of an envelope was noticeably sticking out. Let's take it. Hi, Seawolves. Pulling at the corner, I was now holding the envelope in my hands. Well, I gotta pass the time somehow, right? That is part of it. I think the alternative is if you actually get the impressed status and don't visit them on the next chapter, don't visit them by the next chapter, they will get abandoned status. So you can still repair it, because they're, hey, why didn't you call me? Oh, sorry, I was busy. Oh, understandable, okay. And, that is also not the only way, the only thing for the evil ending. There are a few mechanics that go into play that can substitute other mechanics. But yeah, just word off, because apparently he hasn't done it and may not want to do it. Let's see, dear Anna, appointments for the next month, treatment plan, Dr. Polito. I probably shouldn't be looking at this. No, you shouldn't, be Cabbage. Quickly, I put the letter back into the envelope and pushed it through the gap in the door. You looked at Anna's envelope. Better not let her catch you. What are you looking at? Your beautiful door. Where have you been all this time? Reading comprehension must not be your strong suit, because my note clearly said I'd be back soon. Note to self. The word soon now refers to a time span of over 2 hours when waiting for a scheduled appointment. Has it really been that long? It certainly didn't feel like it. So it turns out that you've seen this scene before. No, because we are specifically here with Anna. As you wish. Alright, sorry for making you wait. You better be! I'm really tempted in my personal trolley personality to say, you better be, just to tease her. Let's just go, or losing track of time happens to the best of us. Third option? Yeah, if you consider yourself at least neutral or good, effectively, then the evil ending is basically not yours. The evil ending, relatively, without spoiling it, I would just have to say evil. So yeah, you could get it just to get that last achievement if that's like the one you're missing or something. Third option, third option. Third option? It happens to me all the time. I guess we missed our movie. Can't we see the late screening or something? That was the late screening. The theater's closed now. Maybe we should reschedule. That won't work. At least not for me. Today was the only day I could leave early. I won't have another chance anytime soon. So what do we do now? Maybe the coffee place is still open. I don't know. I guess that's better than nothing. Ah yes, we picked up the dirt just in time. Rose as well. That's just peachy. Why do you keep working so late anyways? Because what I'm doing is important. We're doing cancer research, right? Who told you that? Damien. I stopped by your lab some time ago, but you weren't there. And she looks more than irate. That shard-born bastard. What else did he tell you about me? Nothing much. The whole thing wasn't really about you anyways. I see. Sounds like you two don't get along that well. That's the understatement of the century. Being trapped in a small room with the likes of him for hours on end every day is a scenario born of a sick mind, with the intention with the intention of making me suffer as much as possible. It certainly doesn't make my research any easier. The stress probably doesn't help you either. It's not just worth and it's not worth jeopardizing your health over. Don't overwork yourself, and you can't save anyone if you're dead. If I don't find a cure, no one else will. No one else can. Besides, I was only late today because I got your stupid blood work ready. You have the test results? Yeah, want to know what I have to say about them? Definitely. Okay, how much do you know about genetics? A little bit, I guess. Don't worry, I'll put it into words that are easy for you to understand. To start off with, I found an average of about 90% of your genes are homologous to our species' genes. That may seem like a lot, but in perspective, about 50% of your DNA is also shared with fruit. To further elaborate, and your human neighbors back home are probably around 99% genetically similar, if you compare the various sentient species we have here to each other, there would be about around 95 to 97% similar. As for what exactly all this tells us, yes, that's why it's naughty Anna. Although a match of 90% sounds like a lot, it's not as much as you might think. Still, for two beings from a different world altogether, that's quite remarkable. Beyond DNA, the biggest similarity between us is within the brain structure. But that's not surprising considering our high-level cognitive abilities. That'll surprise Maverick. What do you mean? He doesn't seem to like humans very much. I'm sure he'll be displeased to know how similar we are. Oh, he doesn't like anyone, really. He's just like me in that way. Yeah, you two would make a great couple. You're a little bit late for that. I'm already his ex-girlfriend. Really? How did that go? Not how you might think. It actually went pretty well. For a while, at least. But in the end, we both got too absorbed into our jobs until we realized we had drifted apart too much, and agreed it would be better if we just broke up. I still respect him for the work he does. I mean, we even used to solve crimes together. I'd be in the lab running tests and he'd be out in the field chasing after the perps. Those were good times. They were together, yes. I guess nowadays he still chases after me. What? I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't say that, but if you know him, maybe you can help me out? I certainly can't help you if you don't tell me what's going on. Okay, but this is just between us, alright? Sure, whatever. Maverick is confused that I'm the accomplice of a crime. He made a point to tell me that he's searching for proof to legally arrest me, or worse. Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. Really? It's nothing. He can't find any proof that doesn't exist. Still, it doesn't feel nice to be threatened and stalked, especially by someone like him. That's just him. He gets way too into it once he sets his sights on something. I noticed. It's his job. What do you expect? I wish he'd just leave me alone. He wasn't always like this, you know. A couple of years ago, he was assigned to this one case. He was still relatively new to the force, young and eager to help. Then reality came crashing down on him. There was a serial killer who shook up the whole town. The victims were apparently eaten. We later found out that the killer's actions were the result of a degenerative disease which brought his feral nature to the foreground. At this point, he was just a wild animal, turned into a cannibal that hunted under the shadow of night. Everyone in town was up in arms, terrified that they'd be next. The police did everything they could. A curfew was instated and patrols guarded the street at night. And then they found him munching on his fifth victim. Poor little Maverick was not prepared for what he would find. Stand back, Maverick. I'll handle this. Miles? It was his brother. I think that's also the first time that Maverick has an expression not neutral or angry. And that unfortunately also includes any form of joy or laughter. Miles couldn't comprehend their words and only saw rivals who wanted to take away his prey. And he wasn't about to just let it go without a fight. Miles raised his head from his kill, blood dripping from his maw. The officer's breaths were smothered by the deathly stillness of the night. Fangs bared, the feral dragon snarled and stood strong in front of his meal, prepared to protect it from the two who intruded upon his territory. Whatever this is, Miles, it's over. Don't make it worse now. In an instant, Miles was upon Bryce. They clashed in a flurry of teeth and claws. Miles had the advantage with his small frame and quick movements, and Bryce couldn't get a clear hit in. It all happened so fast that Maverick didn't know what to do. They rolled on the ground and Bryce ended up on his back, as helpless as a turtle. Miles pinned him and clamped his jaws on his neck. Bryce's claws were the only thing preventing Miles from fighting down, and they were slipping, slick with blood and quivering with fatigue as he tried to push him off. For a brief moment, Bryce thought he'd meet his end, when the jaws suddenly relaxed and he was able to dislodge them. When he looked up, he saw Maverick had managed to get Miles from behind. He bit through his brother's neck from above. Blood flowed down Maverick's jaws and over Miles' lifeless body. Bryce had been saved, but the young dragon wore a wide-eyed, empty stare. Maverick blamed himself for not taking better care of his brother. He knew Miles had problems and was taking medication for it, but he wished he could have done more to help him. The medication wasn't the right one, by the way. Maverick tried to take solace in the fact that he was able to save Bryce, but he's never been the same since the incident. Now he scrutinizes everyone and everything. I'm not sure how that's supposed to help me. It doesn't, but now you know why he is how he is. It's not unusual for him to act like this, so you might just have to wait it out. Anyway, let's get back to your test results. Since you were so interested, did you want a copy of them? Yeah, I'd appreciate that. No problem. I heard you also wanted Rez's blood. Yeah, there are a lot of emotional scenes in this. Meeting Vera at her home, shall we say. Basically all of the endings, except for kind of the Adine good ending. The evil ending is just, well, evil. I don't think there's anything else related, I could be wrong. Also, the deaths that happen regarding Reza, or the fact that you're just not there for the characters, i.e. not having completed the good and then progressed to chapters 3 to 5. And Remy has, I want to say a special case, but it's sort of like a special statement. Basically a special case. Of course I invited him over too, but that was before you arrived. And I thought what we had was special. Oh, it is. Rez was too stuck up to agree to anything. Yeah, that would be Maverick's personality. There are 2 scars with Bryce, I believe. And he also drinks a lot. Yes, it makes the characters more realistic. Saunders, I think he was the only one who worked on the story, put a lot of work into this game, just absolutely everywhere. And he, or she, I don't know which one it is actually, did a fantastic job all around with the characters and the story. He wouldn't even participate in an exhilarating round of trivia board games? Wow. Not even that. Can you believe it? I can almost see the sarcasm dripping from your mouth. Still, it's kind of a shame. It would have been interesting to compare your blood to his. Hi, Justin. What a shame indeed. Let's just enjoy our romantic date in the back alley of the coffee shop. Of course. Unless you want to take this someplace else. What, you don't like hanging out in dirty back alleys? Prefer someplace inside. I'd rather someplace less dirty, or actually, I do. Oh, that's what your finally was, Justin. I forgot you were playing Bioshock. Hi, Justin. First, prefer someplace inside. Third option, because this is where I would be. I do. Okay. So 2 for actually, I do. Alright. Now that's the spirit. I'm getting kinda hungry. I figured we'd have a meal on our date. What, can't you go a few hours without having to stuff your face? I could offer you a handful of dirt, if that's your taste, cabbage. That's gross, I'll pass, or the fact that we have our own dirt. I just want to pick this because we do. Sorry, but I already have my own dirt. Oh really? What kind of dirt would that be? I'm glad you agreed, Dom. Only the finest governmentally funded dirt from Tatsu Park. Your filthy back alley stuff has nothing on this. You win this round. Either way, a side dish would be nice. I know this one place that never closes. Let's go there. Sure. Sometime later. After several minutes of walking, Anna led me to the outskirts of town. We arrived at a farmhouse. On one side, fields stretched towards the horizon. On the other side, lush green hills with fenced populations of animals. What kind of restaurant is this supposed to be? Self-serve. I seriously doubt that. You're a bad girl, Anna. Well, I'm no filthy thief. I'm out of here. We are not out of here. You no. So, probably just telling her she's a bad girl. Does everybody agree? If you're a bad girl, okay. Second, okay. I know. How well can you hunt? Me? Even if I knew how, it's not like I have any equipment here. Equipment? What a sissy! You've got hands and teeth, what more do you need? A long-range weapon, maybe? Like fire? I suppose even you could make use of that. Um, it's not that they like to use their teeth as such, because they're basically almost crime-free. It's only Miles, Maverick's brother, and Reza who's been around killing people, basically. So, in the context of liking to use their teeth, I couldn't really say that, but if combat were to arise, that is actually basically the case. The first victim does have blood around the mouth, which you deduce was because the victim fought back, biting. Second victim is Anna or Damien, also I believe having fought back, or I think it was just ambush. No, that'd be the third victim. Second victim was the electrician that we actually skipped. I think there was also a fourth victim, and I can't remember who or where that was. Anyways, they apparently do use their teeth. It's just, you know, they're civil. They don't. Anna, the naughty dragon slash dinosaur. Why couldn't Toichi Sparrow go after this? I'm sure there will eventually be a mod for Angels with Scaly Wings with Spyro and or Cinder. Alright, since I'm apparently the only one capable of acquiring food, I'll be right back. Yeah, certain dragons, like Anna, where, okay, it is just off the screen there, but Anna does have hands. She's basically a velociraptor of sorts, if you've seen Jurassic Park. A pink one. But she does have hands and claws, so she could do stuff. And if you remember Lorem over here, he is basically a half-sized humanoid dragon, so he actually does physically have hands, and he could, as such, effectively use knives. And then they all have claws, so they have claws. Only one who can get the food, so she'll be right back. Anna walked over to the fenced enclosure of animals that reminded me of sheep. She crouched and squeezed herself through the bars, after which I lost sight of her. Waiting game 2.0. Start. It only took a couple of minutes for her to return, dragging one of the animals behind her, now with her now bloodied jaws in hand. Dinner's ready. What kind of animal is this? Yeah, it allows me to play games very nicely on, like, my Switch, my Joy-Cons. Let me just put that back real quick. That's what I do most of the time, is I'm just playing games. It's called a Mouflon. Anyway, do you have a part you prefer? See how nice I am? I'm even letting you choose first. Alright, so do we want the opal, the rump, anything, or not hungry anymore? We are definitely hungry if you're not using Anna. Just for the sake of not angering her. Anything? The rump or anything. Okay. Anything? Let's get bloody. I'm not familiar with the opal myself, so whatever. Fourth, haha, seawolves, we're not saying we're not hungry anymore. Okay. Using one of her claws, she skinned the dead Mouflon and divided it into various pieces. You want yours grilled or raw? Grilled, unless prepared properly. Raw meat carries a significant risk of disease for us. How inept can your species be? You can't hunt on your own, and you need tools to help you at every step. You don't even have claws to cut things up. I'm not sure how you could ever survive in the wild. Seriously, what god did you piss off to end up like that? Right, personally, I do believe in God, so second one for myself. There's otherwise evolution, and I don't know. Intestines, liver, and you. You answered you have no idea? Okay, so one for that. Oh, and one for the second option. Evolution? First? Okay, so we have actually 2 for evolution. Alright. I guess after millions of years of evolution, nature decided that we didn't need those abilities anymore. Instead, we got very articulate thumbs and arms, and our upright stance. Those let us do many other things. Like what? Who builds everything in your society? Who's responsible for delicate tasks like assembling electronics, manufacturing, or cooking and bartending? That's mostly us, the runners. We've got proper hands after all. Fair enough, Doppel. I still personally answered, "You're made in God's image," and she was, well, if that makes you feel superior, whatever. Now compare your arms to mine. Ours are much longer and have way more mobility. Especially the fingers. They have an incredible amount of articulation. The difference between you and me is about as big as the difference between you and another of your species. Just imagine what we could do with our advantages. Oh, and you think you can school me? Sure I can. Don't get cocky. We've overcome the limitations of individual species with all our technology. Actually, we have technology back home that is far superior to yours. I'd love to see it. Though we've already gathered plenty of information on your tech from the database contained in the PDA. What will you do when we catch up? If you get there, we'll see. She opened her maw wide before a liquid shot from both corners of her mouth down to the ground below, the parts of the mouflon she had prepared. After a few seconds, the liquid burst into flames, heating up our dinner. That's a neat trick. I bet you wish you could do that, huh? I'm not a monster. That'd be wicked cool, or I'm not so sure. Second or third? We are not picking the first. Wicked cool? Also wicked cool? Right? Everybody wants wicked cool. Right? It comes in handy. How does that work anyways? Don't you ever burn your mouth? Not at all. There are actually 2 different components. They only catch fire when a sufficient quantity of both is present. Interesting. I feel like I might have actually missed this picture when I was going back to my art captures. The flame weakened and grew smaller until they went out, revealing steamy, appetizing pieces of meat. Yes, it is a fantastic image. I like just about everything in Angels with Scaly Wings, if not actually everything. The Anna thoughtful posture, yeah, that's like the kindest, happiest picture we've ever actually seen from Anna. Almost throughout the entire game. Wild one, I think? Alright, so double for Wild one. The flames weakened and grew smaller until they went out, revealing steamy, appetizing pieces of meat. Help yourself. I grabbed a piece, but dropped it as soon as I felt the heat on my fingertips. Ouch, that's still hot! Can't take a little heat, huh? That's too bad. Unaffected by its temperature, she took a piece into her hand, tore a chunk out of it with her teeth, and started chewing. I guess your scales are a good insulator. Evidently so. How does it taste? Just wonderful. Stolen goods always taste the best. I can already picture the old farmer reduced to tears after he discovers one of his precious mouflons is gone. Okay, so there is literally the wild one. Doppel nailed it. So, 1 for wild one. Seriously, knock it off. Oh, what a shame. I don't think we want to say knock it off. Third, okay, so 1 and 1, 1 and 3. Justin Seawolf's, I think we've lost a person. That might have actually been Doppel. He said he had to be right back. That would leave, Justin Price and Seawolf's. Okay, I think my friend is also gone. Shadow, that is. One? Okay. So you're a wild one, Anna. Thanks, I could teach you a thing or two. I think it should be cool enough for your sensitive little fingers now. Carefully, I grabbed one of the pieces, which by now had indeed cooled down enough, not to burn me anymore, and took a bite. It was a little bland, I had to admit, but not bad for something that was alive less than an hour ago and prepared in the wild. How do you like your mouflon a la Anna? It could use a few spices, not bad, or I feel like a wild animal. Huh. I don't know if that would actually tick her off. I guess a few spices probably would have her face palm. Okay, so we actually do have one for potentially making her face palm. Is there a cute quick save? No, I think that's on the previous slide. Now let's just quick save real quick. Let's just see her reaction. Yep, face palm. Nailed it. Nope, I don't want to go back there. I want quick save. Mouflon a la Anna. How was it? A few spices? Justin and Chris, they want to say the spices. Zulfs and Doppler are missing, so I guess, yeah, you guys want spices. I am not one to destroy a perfectly good piece of meat with stupid vegetables, but you can put some grass on it if you like. Wow, okay. That's not quite the same thing. How often do you just go out and hunt on your own? Only when necessary, or when I feel like it. I still go to fancy restaurants because I can afford it, but they don't mean much to me. For me, it's all about the experience, and one isn't necessarily better than the other. I can see your point. This is unusual, but fun. Or we would have preferred the fancy restaurant. Okay. There we go. I'm getting a little confused, I guess probably because I'm sick. I just see the cursor here on the game window, and an actual Windows cursor over on the right, because that's where OBS is, and I have the same screen. So I'm just trying to click on OBS and wondering, why am I not clicking? I see your point. This certainly isn't how I thought the evening would go, but it was pretty fun. Anyways, I'm stuffed. Me too. There's still plenty left over. What are we going to do with it? We can just leave it here. Hey, maybe old farmer will help himself to it. How nice of us to leave him some. Won't this attract predators or something? Or talk about recycling? I feel like that just being cautious and worrying about everything, such as will this attract predators, is basically the thing that would tick her off. So, how nice of us to leave him some of our dinner food property? Or talk about recycling. Okay, so we have one for recycling. Oh, nice. Okay. Tied off. Okay, so that seems to be just Christ saying Doppler. I have a feeling Justin and Seawolves are AFK or in disposed, so the dice say, how nice. I'm a little curious about the recycling myself, but the dice said, how nice. Yeah, he should pay me for cooking him such a nice meal. And we should probably leave before the senile has-been wakes up from his evening nap. Well, I wouldn't call this evening, I would call this, sleeping through the night. Yeah, let's go. Well, that was interesting. Wait a minute, I've got something for you. Alright, I think we have at least good status. Here you go, your test results, black on white. Thanks, but did you really need to spend all that extra time getting this done today? I just wanted to get it over with when I had the chance. Maybe you should start thinking about not working so late on a regular basis. It might do you some good, Anna. Why do you think so? I'm just saying, if it eventually gets as bad as it did today, that's not a good sign. I just didn't pay attention to the time, but I guess that's because I rarely go out anyway, and I didn't even think about watching the clock. Okay, point taken, and I believe that's good status. Oh yeah, she wiped the blood off, I forgot. I didn't even notice. That was a cool trick, bro. So what are you going to do? I'll think about it. You know, now that this date is officially over, if I don't work overtime every single day, I could fit you in for your end of the deal. Of course, you didn't forget about that. I'll let you know the details, or just call me if I forget. Sure. Alright, I believe that is indeed good status. Yeah, good status. Went from impressed to just good. Okay. So next we are going to meet with Emera. Let's just go do that real quick. And there used to be someone else that we could meet at the time. Oh yeah, if we met with Bryce and went to the grocery store, we could have met with Jean. Alright, so I'm just gonna click on Emera here and save right here on file 1. Chapter 2, Emera, and we will be doing this next week because it has been going on a fair bit of time. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you guys again next time. And sorry about my cold, it should hopefully be better by next week. See you, everyone!